the forecast going forward for the South Coast is very wet. That's the short and the long of it, really. The idea here is that we've had obviously a very wet fall, and we are going to continue with a parade of storms.
Environment Canada says the worst may be over, but more is on the way for British Columbia. Rain is forecast for the next few days, but another atmospheric river is expected on Thursday.
We're talking about 40 to 70 millimeters in the Fraser Valley, potentially upwards of 100 millimeters in the North Shore Mountains around Howe Sound. So please keep in mind that these are non-negligible totals and that they are likely to exacerbate the vulnerabilities on the ground currently.
Towns like Abbotsford are still recovering from an atmospheric river which brought enough rain to overrun levees, wash out highways, and cause fatal landslides. Last week, Abbotsford farmers raced to try and save cattle in the Sumas Prairie, flooded after a breach in the Sumas River dike. That breach has been repaired, but a local state of emergency remains in place.
With high water levels in many of these places, and that will include Merritt and Abbotsford and Princeton, the dikes are still kind of vulnerable because you really can't get in until the floodwaters go down to see what's happened on the water side of these things.
Professor John Richardson says last week's rains have still yet to drain from the earth, meaning parts of BC with steep inclines are still at risk. He says while meteorologists aren't forecasting the same amount of rain as seen 2 weekends ago, he's expecting to see more landslides.
Coastal BC, of course, has a lot of steep landscapes, and the last set of disturbances, so you get a lot of rain in the soils and in the slopes, and it starts to create these slope failures, and I don't think we've seen the end of those.
In Ottawa, Shally Lee, City News.